Hello class. Now in this lecture we will see the different components of a two-wheeler hydraulic braking system. Okay, so there are basically hydraulic braking system are used in case of the front axle. I mean to say front wheel as well as rear wheel also. So both the front wheel and the rear wheel braking system of your motorcycle is completely independent. Means in the non-ABS motorcycle, in case of the non-ABS motorcycle, actually master cylinder of front wheel and the rear wheel both are different. Okay, but whenever we are using anti-lock braking system in vehicle, in motorcycle, there may chance to use a single master cylinder, okay, or the hydraulic electro hydraulic actuator for the both axle, okay, common electric hydroelectric actuator. On that basis the ABS may be classified as a single channel, double channel ABS system. So, in case of the front wheel hydraulic braking system, the actuation is nothing but done by hand lever. Okay, and in case of the rear hydraulic braking system, the actuation is done by the foot lever. So, in case of the front wheel, the such arrangement are done in case of at the right side of your handle, and in case of the rear wheel, you are having the such a like foot pedal are used. Okay, in both cases, this lever are supposed to push or used to pull, push or supposed to pull push rod entering or pull rod entering into the master cylinder. In case of the hand front wheel arrangement, okay, I showed here. Okay, there is a master cylinder, okay, and this hand lever of front brake system pushing this push rod inside the master cylinder, and pressure get developed, and that pressure get conveyed to this pipeline to the wheel side, road wheel side caliper. Okay, the front wheel or caliper side. So this is your caliper, whether it is a front brake system or the rear brake system, hydraulic brake system. In case of motorcycle, caliper is there. As I told you, in case of the two-wheeler hydraulic braking system, actuation always have disc brake construction. Okay, so caliper is there when we are using a hydraulic braking system, either in front wheel or the rear wheel. And similarly, in case of the rear brake hydraulic braking system, instead of this uh, hand lever, it having the foot lever. So through foot lever, we supposed to push this push rod, okay, inside the master cylinder. In that respect, pressure get developed, and this pressure conveyed to rear wheel caliper. Okay, so this is the thing or different arrangement, that is pedal arrangement we have in case of the hydraulic in case of the motorcycle. Front brake lever uh, located at the right side on the handlebar, and the rear wheel lever or the foot lever is located at the right hand side, at left hand side. Okay, actually it is located at left hand side. Sorry, it is also located right hand side only, right hand side foot lever. Okay, so both brakes are located at the right hand side of the vehicle. Hand lever is front wheel lever is located at the handlebar, and the rear wheel lever is located at the foot pedal. Okay, at the foot position. Okay, we'll see next other component. Now this is a how actually the front lever and the front brake arrangement, which is located at right hand side of handlebar, is look like. Okay, so here this is your lever, okay, on which you're supposed to grab while applying the pressure. Okay, so uh, okay, this is lever which is hinged at this point over here. Okay, so whenever you are pushing it, this point goes inside, and it's supposed to push a push rod of master cylinder. So this box is nothing but a reservoir of oil reservoir of your master cylinder, and below that there is a small pipe, okay, in which that push rod supposed to reciprocate with respect to application of this handlebar. So this bottommost pipe is nothing but a master cylinder body. Inside that pipe your piston is supposed to reciprocate, and whatever the built up pressure is whatever the built up pressure is built up inside this system are conveyed to this bolt through flexible line to the caliper. So this bolt is hollow at the center, and it having a number of holes on the periphery. So this is a hollow bolt on which this such type of joint is called as a banjo joint. So by using those banjo joint, we supposed to uh, draw that pressure built up inside the master cylinder excelling through that bolt and readily into the line. Okay, so this bolt is hollow centrally, and the passage of that hollow passage is guided radially into that flexible pipeline. Okay, so this is the assembly of your master cylinder, this box actually. So this is your reservoir. Below that this pipe is nothing but the master cylinder, and in the master cylinder this is the sub parts are fixed. Okay, those parts are responsible to generate the pressure. We will see those parts significance of and the working of those parts in the further slide. But sake of time, just remember those number of parts are locating inside this master cylinder. So the same thing in case of the rear wheel also, we are having the same master cylinder principle wise, but construction is somewhat different. It not having such reservoir for the rear wheel assembly, it having somewhat different, or at remote placed reservoir is there, but principle wise it's same, number of parts is same. Okay, just it looks different. Okay, in case of the rear wheel. I will see the next part. Okay, after that calipers. Okay, so there are normally basically two types of caliper are used in case of the motorcycle. One is a fixed caliper, okay, another is a sliding caliper. The sliding caliper is also called as a floating caliper. Okay, where I have already shared the video of those fixed and floating type caliper with you, but then also just have more clarity on that. This is a fixed caliper, and the pin slide caliper, or we can say floating caliper. Construction wise, by just have observe a small little bit observation, we can directly term whether it is fixed or the floating one, or fixed or the sliding one. So very simple to identify. There is a disc. This number 3, part number 3 is nothing but the disc. Okay, and this part number 4 is nothing but the caliper. Okay, inside the caliper piston cylinder arrangement is there. Part number 2 is your piston. Okay, and this part number 1 is nothing but brake pad. Okay, so the brake pad is directly located in front of your piston. This is a cup shaped piston we are supposed to use in case of the caliper. Okay, so behind this cup through this line, pressurized fluid developed by master cylinder is introduced. Okay, as soon as pressurized fluid enter here and enter here, okay, this both piston travel towards the disc. Okay, and start to applying the force on this center disc, which is rotating disc, which is located on the hub wheel. Okay, so whenever disc stop, wheel supposed to stops. In that way, this both way action are take place in case of the fixed caliper. Means your caliper is fixed, only piston are moving towards the disc. No any movement of caliper are take place in case of the fixed caliper. Only piston are coming from both sides. So whenever you are supposed to observe, there are piston is present at the both side of your discs. That such a type of caliper is you can directly term as a fixed caliper, because in such a type of arrangement your caliper is supposed to fixed. Okay, and your caliper is supposed to fixed, and your pistons are moving from both sides. Okay, so advantage of this thing, the actuation is more accurate, not in term accurate, very more quick. Okay, quick actuation is there. So due to that, braking response is faster, because both At the same time, from the both side, moment or distance get traveled towards the disc. Okay, now it's a pin slide, or not term pin slide, actually it is called as a sliding caliper or the floating caliper. In case of the floating caliper, the piston is only located either of one side of your caliper, means either this side piston is located, on the inner side piston is located. Okay, only one side at one side only piston is located, and other side is only pad is there. Okay, so as shown in figure, number 4 is your caliper, number 1 is your pad here, this is also your pad, that is brake pad, and number 2 is your piston. So pressure is built up pressure from the master cylinder is enter behind your cup cylinder, cup shaped piston, and is supposed to push your piston first of all towards the disc. As soon as this pad in front of piston are come in contact with the disc, the further pressure of this behind this piston are responsible to pull this side of pad towards disc, means against this disc the side piston side pad are pulling pad against the or pad at opposite side. So in first of all, uh, piston from this side are coming to contact. Okay, not piston, actually pad located in front of the piston are come in contact with this disc. Once it once it achieve the contact with the disc, after that further for the further movement it pulling the caliper this side. So this other side of other side pad also come in contact with the disc, and further movement or further pressure application responsible to make your disc sandwich in between the those two pads. So in that way, there is a sliding provision are make over here. Sliding provision is there. For more clarity you can refer that video. You get you come to notice that there is a sliding pair or split arrangement made in the caliper. Okay, so split construction, so that due to that sliding pair it is possible to have floating movement or sliding movement in such type of flow. So due to that, it having the way it having somewhat low response as compared to the fixed one, because in fixed one both the pistons are both piston or both pad are making movement towards the disc at the same time. Here first this pad making once this pad achieve contact, after this side pad come into contact, so this movement takes a time as compared to this, because here at the same time both pad are traveling towards disc. Here first this one, after this one by one, so time is more to grab this disc take in case of the sliding or the floating caliper. So response, for the greater response this pad is preferred. So even though nowadays in case of the premium bikes, city touring bikes, they are start to use a fixed caliper. In case of the MotoGP, they are using the fixed caliper only because they have a quick response. Okay, now we'll see further. So this is the types of caliper what we have. Okay, we know the caliper having basically two types, that is fixed and the sliding. Further they have classified, that is single cylinder, double cylinder, single cylinder sliding type, double cylinder sliding type. After that single cylinder floating single cylinder fixed type, double cylinder fixed type. So these are the example, and it also having some advantage over there. So this is some images I have presented over here, that is term as a single cylinder sliding type caliper. This is double cylinder sliding type caliper. Okay, and side view of double cylinder sliding type caliper. So here we can see how that double piston single piston affect on the braking efficiency. Now here you can see this is a single side cylinder piston is present. As I told you, whenever only one side of disc piston is there, then we can easily say this is a sliding or floating type caliper. So this is a floating type caliper. Okay, this is a floating type caliper, this is also floating because disc somewhat over here and only one side of disc pistons are there. Okay, so this is a sliding or the floating type, this is a sliding or floating type, this is also called as sliding or floating, and this is also sliding or floating. Okay, but here you can see at both the side of discs. Okay, at both side of disc your piston is located, so this is fixed type. Okay, So we will see how it affect on the efficiency. Now whenever the this yellow part is nothing but the brake fluid, okay, this is yellow part is brake fluid, the silver part is nothing but your piston. After that, this gray and black part is nothing but your liner, or sorry, brake pad, and this center is your central is nothing but your disc. So whenever pressure is applied behind your this cup, or introduced behind this cup, this thing supposed to move, this piston supposed to move towards this disc along with the brake pad, and it start to squeeze it or start to grab it. Okay, whenever it grabbing, the pressure only applied at the center position. Okay, whatever the pressure built up in the master cylinder get applied on this piston back of the piston, and that get converted into force, and that force only applied at that much portion of your brake behind your brake pad. So only this much portion having more wear. Okay, the that much portion of pad having wear, and the other portion away from this. Okay, this point you may notice that gap is there. So this portion may have loose contact with respect to your disc, so that may have a low wear rate, and even though it inducing or it applying a less braking force on the sticks, so it may responsible to increase your safe braking distance. Okay, brake not applied that much quick. So in order to distribute this force evenly over the area of this brake pad, here we employ two pistons. Okay, so two pistons is there, this force is applied here also, here also. So here you are getting the uniform, or we can say UDL type loading is there, uniform distributed loading. Here UVL loading is there, that is uniform varying loading is there. So at the center you are getting the more loading, at the end you are getting the somewhat less force applied. So wear also more in such cases, that is center wear, and the braking efficiency is also reduces. Here you will get the uniform distribution of load. Okay, now here we are having the fixed caliper, both side of disc you supposed to identify piston is there. Okay, so not necessary in fixed we are having only double piston. Okay, as here one row and another row is here, not necessary, in some cases only two piston is also sufficient. Okay, some cases two pistons are used, but I told you what is the advantage of fixed caliper, it having a quick response, both side, from the both side pads start to travel towards disc, so it having quick response. Even though here you are having a double side double piston, means fixed side fixed caliper double piston arrangement, means this is a fixed caliper. Okay, and double piston, this row and this row, this row and this row. So it's a fixed caliper double piston. Even though in some vehicle they may use a fixed caliper triple piston. Triple piston means three rows are there, 1 2 and 3. So with the 3 row responsible. Okay, this is first row, this is second row, one more third row responsible uniform distribution, and fixed responsible quick response, this both piston or both pad start traveling at the same time towards the disc, so quick braking is there. So this is the advantage of your double pistons or double row, I mean to say. Okay, just like here double row, first row, single row, here only first one row, here only one row. Okay, so double row is there but sliding type, double row is there but fixed type, so it having the great response, great braking efficiency. Okay, so mostly in case of the sports car they try to use a double row fixed caliper piston. Okay, even though there are some hidden feature is located on your caliper, just like this one, this is called as a bleeding nipple. We know the air is compressible, whether air is fluid then also it is compressible, because the gas, all gases are compressible. So in any how, if any gas or any uh, water vapor or any kind of air get trapped inside your brake line, they that small bubble of compressible fluid is responsible to reduce the efficiency of your brake system, hydraulic brake system. So in that case, in order to bleed out that bubble or that compressible cavity from your brake line, the bleeding nipple is present located on your caliper. Okay, so this bleeding nipple we supposed to remove the bubble present inside the brake line. Okay, so this thing is used to just bleed out that cavity, compressible cavity of gas, and this thing is nothing but the through this bolt I told you already, there is a bolt through which we can convey the built-up pressure in the master cylinder, which is centrally hollow, and axially it transmits the pressure, that is on the periphery they have a number of holes. Similar bolt is present on the caliper also. So the pipe which is coming from the master cylinder are connected over here, that is also bento joint. Okay, this one is also bento joint, through which pressurized fluid is entering here, and this is a two pistons located over here. It's a double groove. Through this way it is difficult to identify whether it is a fixed type or the floating type. Okay, it is, we can only identify through side view only in this case. Okay, so most probably it is a sliding type, because this uh, pin is there. Okay, through this pin we can identify but not sure. At the side view we can get that 100% surety whether it is sliding or the floating. So right now we can only judge it is a two row caliper. This is a line through which we are applying build up pressure behind your cup. Okay, so this is your caliper. Now move further.